Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily Word. I'm really glad that you've joined me. And for our Daily Word today, we're going into the book of the prophet Isaiah. And I want to share with you a couple little sections from Isaiah 32. And then we want to just have us talk just for a few minutes today about the difference between ease and rest in the Bible. Isaiah 32:11. Tremble, you women of ease. Throw off your complacency. Strip off your pretty clothes and put on burlap to show your grief. And then let's skip down to chapter 32, verses 18 to 20. My people will live in safety, quietly at home. They will be at rest. Even if the forest should be destroyed and the city torn down, the Lord will greatly bless His people. Wherever they plant seed, bountiful crops will spring up. Their cattle and donkeys will graze freely. So, friends, Israel here is under God's judgment, under His discipline. Corruption, false teaching, selfishness of an extraordinary kind of level that leads even to injustice and the abuse of the poor will not be allowed to stand. Now, one of the things we see God doing is judging ease, right? He judges ease, but He provides rest. And this is an important distinction. So let's talk first of all about ease. Now, ease is characterized by trust in and enjoyment of the things of this world. It is dependent on material excess. And so the pursuit of money and things is really the point of life. Because of that, because that's the point and the purpose of life, it makes lots of other things relative. It makes lots of other things seem permissible, even good. Indifference and even abuse of the poor results. The Lord calls those who live in this sort of ease as careless ones. Rest, however, is different. Rest is a gift from God. It is an assurance and a peace. It is provision that comes from trusting in God, trusting in His commands enough to do them, trusting in His word enough to follow it, and trusting in His promises enough to know, have an assurance that He will do what He says He will do. Those who rest in the Lord, instead of planning schemes, we read here, it's very interesting. There are those who scheme, who plan for ill, but we read here that those who trust in the Lord, who are resting in Him, plan for generosity. They care for the poor. And they see God at work in their lives, providing for them, protecting them. And so they rest, even when there is loss, even when there is difficulty in this world. They rest because they depend on God, the God who is faithful. And I'd like to close out our time today with this passage from the book of Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, and these words of Jesus that we find in chapter 11, beginning in verse 28. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, let me teach you, because I'm humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." And friends, Jesus has provided for us the ultimate rest. That is the rest from our labors, trying to justify ourselves, trying to prove our goodness, our righteousness, trying to somehow accomplish, earn our own salvation. The finished work of salvation, the finished work of Christ's cross, provides all that we need for our salvation. We can, if we put our trust in Him, truly rest. We can know that we are permanent members of the household of God. We are called children of God by adoption. Truly, He's lavished His love upon us to call us His children, and that is who we are by the grace of Jesus Christ. And so, as members of the household of God, we know that we can rest in Him, that He is with us now, that He walks with us through each and every day, through every struggle, through every need. He is faithful to provide. He is faithful to lead us, to guide us, to guard our souls, to guard, in fact, our eternal inheritance, kept safe for us in heaven. Thanks be to God in Jesus Christ for this great rest that He provides for us. Amen. Amen. And friends, until we have a chance to speak again, I pray that God would bless you and that He would keep you.